All right, welcome to another episode of. Man, what are you doing over there? Today we're going to talk about goal setting.
No one knows the way but your damn self. People try to lend a hand, but they can't help. You gotta pick and choose. We are wearing different shoes. Be a bigger you. Go and get it, never hands out.
Welcome to another episode of RxFit. I'm Benny Oliver. I am a 3-time All-American collegiate athlete, and this is
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, who is the founder and owner of RxFit, and also goes by Mr. RxFit.
True. All right, and RxFit tips. Here are the company overall. We want to make sure that you know that we're here to empower, enrich, and impassion your lives. We're going to empower through building your confidence through the information you're going to get here with us. All right, with like what you need to know, how to apply it into your life, enrich your life through the cognition that you get from maybe we were just talking about CBD oil, right? Beta hydroxybutyrate, right? Those ketones that we talk about. Those will give you more clarity of mind and energy, so that way you'll be having a rich life because you'll be better at what you do. And then, of course, impassion through, if you're already having a lot of confidence and you have a lot of energy and you have a lot of clarity of mind, you're going to be passionate about what you do, and you're probably going to be the best at what you do in your industry.
That's right.
Because there's just multiplier effects right there. No matter what you do. I don't care if you're a lawyer, if you're a garbage man, or if you're a cat.
There's a garbage lawyer.
There are garbage lawyers. There are garbage lawyers. All right. Yeah. Well, so Benny, what do we have today? Everything going all right for you for so far? Sorry. I feel like we never small talk.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I know you care about me.
Okay.
Today we're going to talk about goal setting, and this is very near and dear to my heart topic with goals. It's just the reason that we do things. It's the reason that we even try for something, because we have a picture in our mind of where we're going to get. But sometimes we can set goals that are maybe a little too aggressive, and we end up falling off. Or we can set goals that are not aggressive enough, end up falling off because it's not pushing us, or it doesn't have our attention anymore. So when it comes to goal setting, as far as nutrition or fitness, or I want to weigh a certain thing, or I want to be a certain body fat, or I want to feel a certain way, what are some, good tips that maybe you can think of when it comes to goal setting, ways to set goals that are actually attainable and manageable?
Well, this is a great question for what we do specifically with RxFit, because that's everything, right? It's like consultation. We sit down and like, what do you want? What do you want? Right?
Yeah.
And then they're always like, oh no, Ferrari. I'm like, okay, take it down a notch. We can't do that. Sorry, I should have been more specific.
Yeah.
What do you want from fitness?
Yeah.
Accountability, tracking, and managing. The 3 things you want to look at if you want to set goals, or actually if you want to do a lot of things, but specifically goals.
Yeah.
All right, in this specific order, I would say first, you want to track what you do. Start off by tracking what you do throughout that day. You want to know what your schedule actually looks like. You know what your free time is. You want to know what your availability, when you're high energy, when you're low energy, what you've got done that day, what you kind of wish you didn't do, so maybe you can replace it with something else. Like, just track your day. You have no idea how powerful this is on your lifestyle just by tracking what you do. Then, from that moment, we'll figure out how to implement this. The next thing you need to do is manage that time, which kind of goes with tracking. You want to look at it and figure out schedules, like how do I fit this time in? What else can I do to replace it? Maybe I can't cook the meals myself. And while you're managing, if you can afford it, you can buy your prep meals. First, track what you're doing, and then manage that time, manage that energy as well. Don't forget about energy. Time is important, of course. We need that extra time in our life. But the main reason why people say I don't have time is because they actually don't have the energy. Wow. People always come to tell me like, I don't have the time, I don't have time. And I'm like, I find time in a schedule. And they're like, well, I'm just like, I got home from work, and I'm, tired, it was a tough day. It's like, what you're actually telling me is you don't have energy. So you have to think about that as well. Yeah. If losing weight is important to you, don't prep your meals at the end of the day, prep them at the beginning of the day when you have the energy. They have to be important, if they're that important. So managing your time. The last one, arguably the most important one, and this is why I have a job and a career, and my trainers have jobs and careers, is accountability. Being accountable is everything. One trick to do, go to your best friend, go to your partner, go to your parents, and tell them what you're gonna do. I'm losing 40 pounds by October 13th. That way it's out in the open, in the world, not just in your head, because if you fail yourself, it's not a big failure. You're like, okay, well, fuck.
Right.
That goes with the other 1,000 failures that I have for myself.
Yeah.
And then if you tell them, it's gonna hurt a little bit more when they're like, what's going on with your journey, what's happening. And you're gonna feel a little bit more of an impact. Secondly, make it a fiscal loss as well. Give someone $100, $200, like, hey, give this back to me if I reach my goal. Right? So now that's on the table. You're like, oh shit, I don't want to lose $200, right?
Yeah.
It's a chunk. Honestly, even if it's not a lot of money for you, it's still this like knowing that you're going to lose for no reason. Like, I should just reach my goal. It would make me happy to reach my goal anyways, and I'll get my money back. It's just win-win.
Yeah.
It sounds almost idiotic to miss your goals when you do it that way. Lastly, on accountability, I would say find someone to hold you accountable. Ideally, someone that wants to make the same goals with you, like the same journey. You know, weight loss goal, fitness goal, someone you can go to the gym with, someone you can meal prep with, someone you can eat healthy with, someone that when your friends are like, hey, you should come out, it's Friday night, we're gonna go have some drinks, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out with Bob. And you and Bob are grabbing a salad or going for a walk or going for a swim or something, right?
Yeah.
So like intentionally, when you're tracking your schedule, you're managing and tracking your schedule, find those spots where you know you're gonna up and then fill it with a healthier option, right? Just automatically like in your schedule, don't plan to fail, right? Failing to plan is planning to fail. So just look at your schedule, like, all right, Friday night, Saturday nights, just for a while, just until you build that habit, just until you get on the right route.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this forever, indefinite. It's just like do it, dieting, nutrition, all that stuff. You don't have to eat same boring food all the time. You just have to do it for a certain amount of time to show yourself you have the discipline, to see some real results, and then you can scale back a little bit. Hopefully that was helpful. Track everything you do all day, every day. Make tracking relevant to what you're doing too. If you're trying to lose weight, track your eating. Track your workouts, what you're doing, when you're doing it, how much of it you're doing it, track hydration levels, stuff like that. If you're doing fitness. If you're trying to make more money in your year, like find out how much money you made last year, and then break down per minute how much money you make. And then you find out how valuable your time actually is, how valuable you are per minute.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to track. And I've been tracking myself, I guess, in relation to as I get closer to my fitness goals or make things happen. How is that also affecting my income? Because I bet there is a correlation there. I'll find out.
Oh, absolutely is. And I think this goes back to enriching your life, right? If you're doing fitness and if you're just sleeping better, if you're supplementing really well, you have more energy and you feel sharper. Like I've been noticing with you, you just been on hustle these past couple months.
It's become a habit, just like you're saying, that by holding myself accountable and then managing and tracking with everything that you're saying. Like, I feel like I have an upper hand on most people because I'm like, my body's just automatically doing all of that stuff because I trained it to do it.
And it's not like, and for you guys out there, it's not like he doesn't know what to do. Right. You know, like he's a badass. He's an athletic badass.
Yeah.
It's just it's the psychological barriers we feel, and this is a form of accountability for us.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Right.
Right here. It's like, all right, Tuesday got to meet up. I got to meet about what we're gonna talk about.
Right.
I got to make sure that I implement the things that we talk about. Yeah,
and by even talking about these things, we are planning and continuing to keep stuff like this in our life and in the forefront of our minds. So.
And for myself personally, my form of accountability is I do these Instagram lives with these other fitness influencers, and some of them have like only done like dieting to lose weight. Some people have had the struggle of like trying to gain muscle mass. They're called hard gainers, like trying to build. Some people are like biohackers. Some are health coaches. You have this whole realm, and I need to I hold myself accountable by doing a lot of research before I meet with them, so I can like carry a conversation with them. B, really. Well, I just want to feel like I'm bringing something to the table when I'm talking with them, right? And this also happens to make me better at what I do for a living, in my industry. So I'm holding myself accountable regularly instead of just being like, I know a lot, everyone tells me I know a lot, I'm just gonna sit back and just coast on this knowledge that I've accumulated. You can't do that, we get old, gotta stay sharp. Hopefully that was helpful. Does that make sense? Are we all good, Vinny?
Yeah, it looks like, so the three main things are tracking, and then managing, and then being held accountable. Those are all three things that help create successful goals.
If you need a formula for that, we want to break down step by step, just reach out to me and I'll send you a little PDF file and you can like kind of put that stuff in there. Or if you need recommendations for certain apps you would like to use because things already exist. I use sleep tracking apps, hydration apps. I use a heart rate monitor when I work out so I can hold myself accountable to how hard I'm pushing myself in every workout instead of just coasting through. Once you get accumulated to a certain workout, you just kind of coast, right?
Yeah.
Most people go to the gym and just chill. Yeah, just chill.
I chilled at the gym this morning. I was watching Sports Center.
Tracking. And if you go home and write that down in your journal.
I'm tracking.
But no, like every day you write down, it's like, oh, I would have worked out this morning, but I watched Sports Center instead. And then you'd be like, how much is my time worth? Did I lose money by watching Sports Center instead of working out?
I did both, though.
Well, I'm saying, you did go to the gym as well.
At the gym. I go to the gym and watch Sports Center while I'm on that living.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah, that's managing right there.
That is managing. You're managing your time well.
Yeah, I'm wanting to do something, but also doing something else that will benefit me.
And now that you've mentioned it to me, now I have to hold you accountable.
That is true.
See? Formula for success.
Damn it. I'm gonna be getting texts. What are you doing? I'm not in line at Dairy Queen, that's for sure.
I was like, are you sure? Because there's someone sitting in front of me in this line who looks exactly like you. Well, thank you guys for everything.
Yep. See you next time on RxFit.
Damn it.
Go in here. Yes, let me get one snickerdoodle blizzard, please.
Oh God, you already know the order.
I came to gain a brain and make a couple bucks. Provide for those who've been right.
All right, guys.
I'm condoning going forward
with
those with a motive, undivided focus, opened all the roads we're taking up. Tried to get in the zone.